Pets don't just have to be dogs or cats, but sometimes wild animals can also make great additions to your home. It always happens when they've been abandoned by their own parents and need shelter. In the wild, they will end up by struggling, and these animals would eventually be faced with a tragic fate if people don't do anything about this soon enough. I already told you about a man who took in a bear and hippo, and how the animals had come to think that people were their parents. Every day we see amazing stories about abandoned animals and their incredible journey. Today we're featuring a hedgehog who was abandoned and now lives with humans and other companions. He looks very happy with his new family, and today he's 1 year old. No one knows how or why, but last year Hedgehog found himself in the garden of a young woman named Dora from Sri Lanka. The newborn Boar was struggling to survive. He was so small and weak, and he was barely showing any signs of life. But being a brave little fighter, he refused to give up. Apparently, the boar found in the garden was about a week old, and he had almost zero chance of survival, because unfortunately, these animals don't usually survive without the mother. Even though the woman was pleasantly surprised by the strange find, she knew perfectly well that it would be nearly impossible to nurse the little foundling to health. She knew it, but nevertheless, she decided to try. And thus, in addition to the 4 dogs she already owned, her house got a new animal resident. Having studied a lot of information online, Dora and her boyfriend basically became Hedgehog's parents. This meant that they had to feed him every hour during the first month, even at night, so he could grow and gain strength. Of course, the little thing also needed his mother's warmth, but Dora came up with a clever solution. The warm mother was replaced by a bottle of heated water. During the first week at his new home, the little animal didn't leave his box at all, which was both a soft bed and the refuge from the outside world for him. But a week later, he already had gotten a bit stronger and began to show interest in those around him. And a little later, he was ready to meet Dora's other pets. At first, the couple was very worried about how 4 adult dogs would react to a little pig, but they probably couldn't have even imagined how smoothly things would go. Boo-Boo, a fun Labrador, lived with the family the longest and was a bit apprehensive of the newcomer. However, it was him who later ended up becoming Hedgehog's best animal friend. The Labrador didn't just accept the stranger, but he also began to nurture the little pig as his own puppy. Boo-Boo and other dogs soon got used to the new animal and seemed to take a liking to him, while the hedgehog, it would seem, got a bit confused and decided he was also a top. And that's not all that surprising, because he actually grew up with the representatives of the species. Thus, Hedgehog refused to leave the Labrador's side, following him anywhere and everywhere. It actually looked rather funny, a little boar running around with a dog and seeing himself as one too. That's not something you see every day. Their relationship developed, and eventually the 2 friends began to do everything together: sleep, eat, and of course play together. So Hedgehog was right to try to find a way to approach Boo-Boo, as they now are the best of friends. Dora and her boyfriend even built a small pool in the courtyard of their house for Hedgehog so that he could spend more time by the water. Although sometimes the couple lets the boar into their pool too, where he also feels great. In addition, Hedgehog has his little house in the yard, but most importantly, he is the best 4-legged friends one can dream of. Doesn't he seem like the happiest boar in the whole world? It's been over a year since Hedgehog was found, abandoned in the garden. And he has put on a lot of weight and grown significantly since then. However, he still considers himself a little puppy who keeps trying to sit on top of Boo-Boo. Overall, Hedgehog has dog habits, and the only thing he hasn't yet learned is how to bark like a dog, although he's still young. As Dora and her boyfriend say, they aren't going to give up their pet under any circumstances. Although they know well, this little thing will soon become a real giant. Adult wild boars reach up to 2 meters in length and 120 centimeters in height, and they can weigh up to 100 kilograms, which would make this puppy, as he thinks of himself, a rather strong and dangerous animal. Nevertheless, Hedgehog has completely harmless, and even despite his already impressive size, he still wants to be held like a puppy. This is truly the happiest example of wild pork one could imagine. This little piggy makes friends quickly, whether it's with the dog's owner or even the family. It's amazing how different animals are but can still communicate and live together in peace. So, what do you think about their friendship? Let us know in the comments section. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also hit the bell icon to never miss the video from our channel. Thanks.